Hey, 6th, 7th, and 8th period. Sorry I'm not there today. As usual, I have another half-day training. So I was here this morning, but I had to leave at 11:30 for that training. Sorry again. I feel like I've missed a lot lately, and I hate that. But we do what we got to do sometimes. So wanted to go ahead and just do the same notes I did for first period this morning. And so you should have this handout given to you by the sub. It is probably side by side and a little smaller. But we're going to go through it, and so you should be listening to this with headphones. And I'm going to go through it pretty quick, but if you don't get everything down while I'm talking about it, then you should pause the video and get it in, or write it in. And so when you get done with this video before the end of class, you should have all these notes in, so tomorrow you can just ask questions about what you didn't understand. So we're continuing with percents even after our test yesterday, and now we're talking about maybe where we see percents the most in real life. So when we started talking about this, we were talking about where we see percents. We talked about the weather, we talked about on our phone battery and all those kinds of things. But where you may not realize it is every time you buy something, there's a tax associated with it. So we're going to talk about those things to begin with. So the first thing it says is just to read each one of these and put them in the correct box. So that's what we're going to do here and talk about each one a little bit. So you may not have heard markup as much as some of these other ones, but markup would just be like added to the price or to the bill, which is what I wrote right here. So I'm just going to go through, and what I did is I took each one of these and put them in the correct table, and you should do that as well. So obviously markup goes under markup. A tax, we've talked about taxes a little bit in class, but it's something you have to pay for everything you buy pretty much, and it's added on to the price. So for example, if you walk in a grocery store or in a service station, if a candy bar is $1, you all know you have to have more than $1. You have to have $1.09, $1.09, or $1.08, depending on where you are. Well, so tax is added onto that. But it is a percentage of what you paid. For example, let's say you bought something for $2. Well, you're going to pay $2.18. So it's a percentage of what you bought. A tip, like for a waitress or a waiter at a restaurant, gratuity is kind of the same thing, but again, it's added on to the bill. And a lot of times people figure out tip as 10 to 15%, maybe even 20% of their bill. A lot of times people will figure out how much they should leave. And then increase is a markup. All right, and then we have discount, which would be an amount off, a decrease, a markdown, and a discount. Again, things you're probably more familiar with just because of sales. You know, if a store's having a sale and you buy something, it's going to be less than what the price tag says. And again, usually those are percents of the price. So we talked about when we first started percents, 50% off. Well, 50% off $10, you're going to pay $5, but 50% off $100, you're going to pay $50. So again, it just depends on the whole. And these other two things are wholesale price and commission. And so go ahead and put those in there. We're going to talk about commission a little bit more in a minute. All right, this next sentence says the key to solving percent problems in real life is understanding what information you are given and what you are solving for. So fill in those blanks as well. Again, pause the video as you need to so you get everything filled into your notes today. All right, these two down here, I'm not going to solve them completely. I'm going to encourage you to stop the video and do that. But we're going to look at these two scenarios and determine what we're given and what we're solving for. So scenario 1, Savannah works as a sales rep and receives $23.80 for every $140 she sells. What is her rate of commission? Okay, so let's talk about commission for a second. A lot of times people who sell cars or other products, they work off commission. So they only make money if they sell something. So again, like a car salesman, he only makes money if he actually sells a car. And he makes a percent commission off of the price of the car. So if he sells a more expensive car, he makes more based off his commission. If he sells a car that's not as expensive, he won't make as much. It's a percent of what the car is. All right, so here we're given the part. That's the $23.80. And also the whole, the $140. And we would be solving for the commission, which, by the way, would be the percentage. And this is going right back to what we already know. Percent over 100 is equal to part over whole. You just need to know rate of commission would be the percentage. And so we're given the part and the whole as discussed, and you can set this up and solve it. So pause the video now and set up and solve and figure out what percent commission this sales rep is making. All right, scenario 2 says that the shoe department is offering a sale of 15% off all shoes. If Miss Jeffrey saved $12.30, how much were the shoes full price? Hopefully you see full price and you go, oh, we're solving for the whole. We're given, obviously, the percent, which is how much she saved, and the part, which is the $12.30. And again, I set it up down here, but I didn't solve it. So pause the video now and set that up and solve it, and that can tell you how much the shoes were full price. Okay, so moving on to the second page. Again, pause the video, go back if you need to get any notes you missed. You're going to be responsible to have these notes tomorrow, so make sure you're getting them. All right, then you can see that we have 5 full problems here. I've worked out the majority of them for you, but again, you should make sure you know what's going on. So it says Anderson's Art Supply Store has created a price list. Look over the price list and answer the questions below. All right, so you can see the different items. There's colored pencils. There's art gum erasers. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know what that is. But notice that says there's 1 dozen in that. Okay, so that means you get 12 erasers for $6.54. A paint palette, that's what they put the paint on. Maybe you art people can tell me what a gum eraser is. A sketchbook, again, sketch pencils, but it's 1 dozen for $4.60, and then a paintbrush. Okay, so we're going to use these different things. Tax, commission, what other things are in this? Discount, to just show you that it's nothing new. It's what we've already been using. It's just we're talking about it in buying terms and in shopping terms. But this is more real life than anything, because this is something you will deal with percentages on a daily basis. If you walk into a store, you're paying tax, which is a percentage. All right, so number 1, a customer comes in looking for items to get started painting. Ariana offers her a paint palette, a paintbrush, and a sketchbook. She tells the customer that if she buys all 3, she will give her a 15% discount. Approximately how much will the customer save? Okay, so the first thing is we need to know how much it is that she is paying. So we look at a paint palette, which is $24. And then we need let's see what else says there. A paintbrush, which is $10.50, and a sketchbook, which is $16.12. So that's what I outlined over here. So her total is going to be $50.62. Okay, but she tells her she's going to get a discount of 15%. So we take our total here, which, by the way, is the whole, and she's going to get a 15% discount. And we're looking for how much she's going to get off, money-wise, off of this if she's getting a 15% discount. So that's what we're looking for. Okay, well, you set it up just like we've been doing. Percent over 100 equals part over whole. You have 15 over 100 is equal to the part, which we're trying to find, over the whole. All right, you know what to do from here. Cross multiply 15 times $50.62 divided by 100. Now, in your calculator, you can check me. You'll get this. Okay, well, hopefully you know that money we round to 2 decimal places. So the 3 does not make the 9 go up. So it's $7.59 saved. So if she gets a 15% discount on $50.62, she's going to save $7.59. Okay, now that tells us how much she saved. Look at question 2. All right, so it says that it's not including tax, but how much will her total bill be? So if this is what her items added up to, and then she gets a 15% discount, which, by the way, is $7.59, then we just take the total, $50.62, subtract what she saved, and there's how much she owes, $53.03, again, without tax, but we're getting a tax. Okay, again, pause as needed, write down what you need, make sure you understand it, see if you have any questions. Okay, question number 3. Part of Ariana's earnings are based on a 5% commission rate. At the end of the day, Ariana earned $14.98 in commission. How much did Ariana sell that day? Okay, so we're Ariana working at this art supply store. She makes 5% commission. So, for example, for every $1 of an item she sells, she makes 5 cents or a nickel. Okay, so what we know is that here's her percent commission, 5%. Again, that's right there. And her commission is $14.98. So I need to know how much she sold in these art supplies. That 5% of it is $14.98. So I'm looking for the whole. Again, set up your percent over 100 equals part over whole. Fill in what you know. Cross multiply and divide. So $14.98 times 100 divided by 5. That means she sold almost $300, but exactly $299.60 in art supplies that day. Again, this commission means for every $1 she sells, she makes 5 cents personally for herself. Okay? All right, make sure you get it down. Moving on to number 4. I know it looks super long. Mr. Jameson, an art teacher, would like to purchase enough supplies to get the class stocked. He picks up 8 dozen of sketch pencils, 6 dozen of colored pencils, and 3 dozen art gum erasers. If the sales tax rate is 8%, approximately what will his bill be? Okay, so first of all, if he buys 8 dozen sketch pencils, so I'm going to go up here, and sketch pencils are, there for 1 dozen, it's $4.60, but he's buying 8. So I have 8 dozen of sketch pencils, that's $4.60, again, because that's how much 1 is, times 8, that's $36.80. Then we're buying 6 dozen of colored pencils. Okay, well, colored pencils for $1 is $7.88. So I've got $7.08 times 6 dozen, $47.28. And then lastly, I have 3 dozen art gum erasers. Well, art gum erasers for 1 dozen is $6.54. So I've got 3 dozen I want to buy. So $6.54 times 3, that's $19.62. Now, to get Mr. Jameson's total, I just took $36.80, $47.28, and $19.62 and added it up. All right, this is his cost without tax. But now we're going to figure out tax. Well, tax is 8%. Look, it says it right there. Of the total bill. Again, think about it like this. For every $1 you sell, you pay 8 cents. Just like we usually do. So you've got to take the total, which is the whole, and figure out what 8% of that is. Okay, so you're looking for the part. Again, it's set up the same way. Percent over 100 is equal to part over whole, where I'm finding the part. Once I cross multiply and divide, so I would do 8 times $103.70 divided by 100. That means the tax is $8.30. Now, go back to the original question. What will his bill be? So this is how much it is without tax. This is the tax. I need to get his grand total. So I'm going to take how much it is without tax, $103.70 plus the tax. He's going to pay $112. All right, number 5. Last one. Make sure you get all of number 4. It says the last customer of the day is a loyal customer, brings in a $15 off coupon. She purchases 2 paintbrushes, 1 dozen colored pencils, and 1 sketchbook. What percent did she save by using her coupon? Alright, I know there's no way for me to tell if you did this, but I would really like for you to pause it if you have time and try number 5 without me. Okay, hopefully you paused, but I'm going to go ahead and give the answer. So if you didn't, there's no way of me knowing, but you need to see if you can do this. Alright, so like last time, I've got to think about what this customer's purchasing. 2 paintbrushes, so I went and got the price of paintbrushes. It's $10.50 times 2 would be $21. 1 dozen of colored pencils is $7.88. Again, all of that's coming from up there. And then a sketchbook for $16.12. Alright, so here's the total. I added $21, $7.88, and $16.12. I got $45. Alright, let me go back to the question. She brings in a $15 off coupon. So she's going to get $15 off this $45. Now you're going, yeah, she's going to pay $30. Yeah, that's right. But I want to know what percentage off was this coupon. So I'm looking for percent. The part I'm saving is 15. The whole's 45. Again, percent over 100 equals part over whole. Cross multiply and divide. The coupon was worth 33.3%, which is how much she's saving. Okay. Make sure that you've got all these notes on your paper. Also, there will be a quizzes or something else, a game you can play in Google Classroom if you get done. Make sure you're working on that and not on anything else. Please be good for the sub, and I'll be back tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions.